All right, guys. So as you should know, the last few days I've been going after Joy Reid heavily, right? She's been getting all the smoke because of her silly claims that she's been making in regards to this whole Nicki Minaj situation, and her anti-vax past that she tries to excuse because of her hatred for Trump. Now, as much as I would love to go after Joy Reid every single day, and I could today because she's made more stupid claims, I just can't talk about it every day, right? But the person I can talk about today is Don Lemon, who I have not talked about in a while. But lo and behold, Don Lemon has come out of his shell to give a stupid take, basically on par with some of the things that Joy Reid says, in which, you know, he thinks that it is a good idea for the sake of unity, right, and bringing people together to shun those who don't agree with his mandates as stupid, right? Says that they should not be able to take part in society, that we need to stop calling these people and we need to shame them because of their personal health decisions. Now, before I show you guys Don Lemon's ridiculous take, disclaimer, I'm not making any claims about the vaccine, the virus, the mask, the pandemic. I'm not making any claims whatsoever. If you have any questions about the mask, the pandemic, the vaccines, the virus, please consult your medical professional. Please consult your doctor. I am simply having a conversation about public policy. I'm not making any claims whatsoever. All right, take a look at Don Lemon basically advocating to call unvaccinated Americans stupid.
I think we have to stop coddling people when it comes to this and the vaccine, saying, oh, you can't shame them. You can't call them stupid. You can't call them silly. Yes, they are. The people who aided and abetted Trump are stupid because they believed his big lie. The people who are not getting vaccines, who are believing the lies on the internet instead of science, it's time to start shaming them. What else? Or leave them behind. Because they are keeping the majority of Americans behind. You didn't feel that way about the polio vaccine. You don't feel that way about measles, mumps, rubella when it comes to your children, and all of a sudden this vaccine is different. What's different about it? The only different thing about it is because of your politics today. The people talking about, well, I don't know what's in the shot, Chris. I don't know what's in that shot. You know what they get shots in nowadays? In their rear ends. They're getting shots to make it bigger. They're getting shots in their face. They don't know what's in Botox. They don't know what's in this stuff. Nothing wrong with Botox.
People don't know what they eat,
Look,
what they drink,
I tried it
what
once.
they smoke.
My eyebrow went up. I don't have it now. As you can see, I got all these wrinkles. Everybody asks me when I'm going to get, you need Botox. But listen, nothing wrong with Botox.
Clearly.
But I'm saying, do people really know what's in stuff that they inject in their bodies all the time? And they're
What
like,
they eat, what they drink?
What they drink. Stop it. Stop it with the ignorance. And we have to stop saying, oh, well, you have to listen to people. And no, you don't. These people are being harmful to the greater good. You don't have to listen to a minority of people who are being harmful to the greater good and who are not acting on logic, reason, and science. I had an issue, I told you, Chris, when my family was here, and they were saying, well, I don't know, I just don't know. I said, you know how you got here to visit me in New York? You took an airplane. What is that? Science. Right? You know why people live to be older than 40, 50, 60 years old these days? Science. Medicine. No one questions that. You know why people, you know what is so contradictory about it? When people get sick, they go into the hospital and they say, throw it all, give it to me, inject it, put it in me. And you're going to pay a whole lot of money. And you're going to tax the medical system when you could have gotten it for free and you wouldn't be in that position in the first place.
All right, guys. So I find it interesting how liberal media talking heads like Don Lemon, they sit on their high horses, right? Now that Biden's president, in regards to this vaccine and their vaccination status. However, again, people like him had nothing to say about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris essentially being anti-vaxxers and anti-science when Trump was in office. He had nothing to say when they were instilling doubts in the American citizens in regards to the vaccine simply because it was being developed under Operation Warp Speed. He had nothing to say about that. All of a sudden, the science went out the window, right? The science didn't matter anymore. What changed, Don? What changed? Oh, your politics changed. That's what changed. Biden's in office now, not Trump. So now all of a sudden, because your daddy is in office, all of a sudden, everybody who doesn't do what I say, they're anti-science. Well, what about you? Were you speaking out about this last year when Kamala and Joe and people like Joy Reid, who's your colleague, were out here rolling out anti-vax, anti-science sentiment, trying to put doubts in people's heads about the vaccines when they should not have been, right? No, he wasn't. He was nowhere to be found. And again, that's what pissed me off about these political pundits, guys. They sit on their high horse as if they're holier than thou. They're better than everybody. They know everything. We know everything. Okay? As if the science doesn't change over time. The science has been changing since the beginning of this pandemic, guys. If you haven't noticed, that's why I don't make claims, right? I don't make claims. It's not just a disclaimer that I do for YouTube. I do it because it's personal. I'm like, honestly, I don't know. I have no clue, right? I have no clue. Only thing I know is that, hey, one day something's true, the next day it's not, so I don't know. So that's why I just be like, listen, I'm not making any claims. If you want to make your own personal health decisions, that's fine. Either way, I'm going to be Gucci. I'm going to live my life. Okay. I tend to want to trust the science, but I do understand that science evolves over time. I acknowledge that. It is what it is. But ultimately, you should talk to your doctor. That decision should be made between you and your doctor. For whatever reason, these people don't want to take that position. They want to take the position of mandating somebody do something, right? Just because they say so. Because it's politically expedient for them, because it's not about public safety. Because if it was about public safety, Don Lemon would have been criticizing the BLM riots / Antifa riots that happened all last year where people weren't socially distanced, people weren't wearing masks. But he didn't criticize that. They went out of their way to say, oh, no, don't worry about that. Racism is a public health crisis. Don't worry about that. Speaking of racism, I find it funny how these people that love crying racism so much and talking about discrimination against black people, when it comes to this, all of a sudden discrimination goes out the window. As if black people are not disproportionately unvaccinated, especially in New York City. But I thought that any type of disparity, right, and any laws that were made that disproportionately impact a certain group of people were racist. I thought that was systemic racism. I thought that was not right. But when it comes to this mandate, all of a sudden, all that stuff goes out the window. Mr. Pro-Black Don Lemon, right? I'm for the people, Don. He's nowhere to be found on this issue no more, right? He don't want to play the race card now. Ain't it funny how that works? Ain't it funny how that works? Again, he's the same thing as Joy Reid. They're the exact same. They're Democratic pawns. And then he wants to talk about other stuff like, oh, well, people inject Botox. They inject stuff into their butts. He's basically taking a shot at Nicki Minaj, right? And her fake butt, right? Or alleged fake butt, right? They say that Nicki Minaj's butt is not real, right? Allegedly, I don't know, but he's taking shots at her, okay? Because of what she chose to put in her body. Not what she was mandated to put in her body, what she chose to put in her body, allegedly. So your argument doesn't even make sense, because the things that you're talking about in terms of what we eat, what we drink, all this other stuff, that's stuff that is optional, right? Putting Botox or getting butt implants, that's optional, right? Nobody's forcing you to do that. You're talking about forcing somebody to do something. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're advocating for. Okay, you're talking about shaming people for their personal decisions. You aren't shaming anybody because, they get Botox. I'm not shaming anybody for that, or for drinking certain drinks and stuff like that. No, people aren't shaming people for that. You're talking about shaming people and basically segregating people because of their personal health choices. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're advocating for. As if that's going to change people's minds. That's not how you change people's minds. The way that you change people's minds and that you convince people that your position is the right position is to let the numbers, the data, and the science speak for itself. What's so hard about that? But no, these people, again, like I told you guys, these people on the left, these journalists, these news anchors, they think that they are your doctor. They want to be your doctor. They want to make medical decisions for you. Even though they claim in one sentence that, oh, you shouldn't make claims about the vaccine. You shouldn't say anything about the vaccine if you're not a doctor or a scientist. While at the same time, they're making claims about the vaccine, right? Even though they're not scientists or doctors. Again, this is why I don't make claims, right? This is why I don't say anything. I'm just like, hey, I have no idea. right? I'm not a scientist or a doctor, right? But again, these guys don't care about that because it's political for them. And then these are the people that claim to care about unity so much. But yet this type of rhetoric right here from Don Lemon is causing situations like this to happen across the country. Take a look.
So you're refusing to serve us? Are you refusing to serve us? So you're going to enforce segregation because we just told you that we're religiously exempt.
You told us you had your vaccination card.
I never told you any of that. I would never tell you that. I would never say that. I would never say that.
You have to leave.
You don't have to leave. If you have the flyer, you have the flyer that you're supposed to put into your window, right? Okay, go and read it. Go and read it. Go and read it, and you tell me we're not leaving. Well, I'm not leaving. You guys can leave. I'm not leaving. We just marched for this. Everybody in here is okay with that? Everybody's in here okay with setting segregation in society? Everybody's okay with that? Oh, we don't have our vaccine card, so now the kids can't eat. We can't eat. You guys are okay with that? This is the America you want to live in? Is this the America you want to live in? No, you see, you're not American, okay? This is America, and in America, everybody can eat. Everybody can eat in America, all right? This is not segregation.
They're telling us that we can't eat here, but yet they didn't ask.
This is America. You need to wake up. This is the kind of country you want to live in? You want to live in this type of country? Wow. Everybody's okay with this?
And they didn't ask other people for their vaccination card. Good for you, but some people over here were not.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. I told you that we're religiously exempt. If you read the poster that you posted on your thing from the city, it says you cannot discriminate, okay? Read the poster. It says it on there.
Now, that's a situation, guys, in which, you know, this guy, this family, I think the man is Hispanic or something like that. Not that it really matters, but just to give you guys some more context, because some people are saying that he was black. I don't really think he was black. But that family was trying to eat at a pizza place in New York City, and the owner basically, you know, wanted to kick them out because they didn't have their vaccine papers. Look at all the animosity in that restaurant. Look at how those people looked at each other as different simply because of somebody's vaccination status. That's the type of America that's being created right now because of people like Don Lemon and Joy Reid and all these left-wing media talking heads who simply are not happy with just telling people, hey, make your own decisions, talk to your doctor. Because they can't just have a reasonable position, right? Because they want to be authoritarians, because they want to control your life. This is the type of animosity that's being created among fellow Americans, simply over somebody's personal health choices. It's sickening, man. And this is why I try to tell you guys, the Democrats and the left has politicized all of this stuff. It's been political for them from the get-go. And then they want to boo-hoo, whine, and complain when people don't want to do as they say. When from day one, what you say has not been in line with the science. It's always been about your politics. It's never been about the science. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.